Who is this masked man? Looks like he's dressed up to go riding motorcycles. Well, yes, I am. I'll show you what. The face shield keeps the wind out of your eyes. It works good. Plus, it's tinted, so sunglasses. The helmet, half helmet. Some people say it's not safe, but I've been riding these for a long time. And since it has this, Philippine government can't say anything about it. It is fully functional. It is fully safe. The jacket. Yes, it says Harley Davidson. Yes, I ride a Kawasaki. I do have a Harley back in the States, and that's where all of my gear came from. But it breathes. It keeps you somewhat warm, because after a while you get wind chill factor when you're riding at 100 kilometers an hour, 62 and a half miles an hour, whatever you want to call it, or above. So I've been told I'm not going to admit to anything. But if I ever go down, it's got armor, and I'll be able to get back up, hopefully. The balaclava. Okay, so I have a do-rag that I normally wear to keep the sweat out of my helmet. But as I was riding, I noticed that the tip of my nose and my lips were getting sunburned on this trip. So I learned my lesson. I see a lot of Filipinos with just a bandana across their face, or else they may have a neck gaiter, protect from here down. But this will keep the sun off my neck, keep it off my lips, my chin, my nose. That's been peeling for a while now. My lips still have some blisters on it because when you're riding, you're exposed. That's why the jacket, then keep the sun off my arms too. I don't normally ride with the jacket on. If I'm just going to the store or just have to go to church or something, just, a 10-minute ride. No, I don't. But I am going to start wearing long sleeves. I'm noticing some damage to my arms from repeated sun. So, be right back. This is the do-rag I normally wear. If I'm just commuting around town, I wear this. Keeps me from getting helmet head. It's where the band cuts into your forehead, and when you take your helmet off, you've got a band around your head. This stops that, plus it absorbs any sweat because, it's warm here. So just thought I'd show you that do-rag. It's got a little tail back here, but that's if you have long hair. I don't have much hair to be long. In fact, pretty soon it's going to get cut even more. So there's the equipment. So welcome back. Now that I've done a fashion show for you, this leg of the journey is Baguio to Alaminos, Pangasinan, which is on the Lingayen Gulf. Look it up. It's a great big cutout in the middle on the west coast of the Philippines. Interesting ride, a lot of curves, a lot of technical. My bike ate it up. I just relaxed. I wasn't pushing it. I mean, I've got sport type bike, but it's not a full racing bike. It's sporty enough to cut through the corners if you know what you're doing. No, I wasn't trying to race. I was just having a nice leisurely ride back. It was good until I got to the bottom of the canyon. Then just traffic. Now, I would like to be able to record what I'm doing, what I'm seeing while I'm riding. I'm still having an issue getting everything to focus, and then the vibrations and things, the wind, the audio. So I'm still working on those things. So maybe the next adventure I go on, I'll have all that worked out. I would like to get a microphone that's got a Type-C plug, and it's wired, and I can just clip it on my lapel and talk. I've got full face helmets. I got a full face helmet. I've got one that's convertible. It goes from full face to 3/4 to half helmet. That's my orange and black one. You saw that in the last video. And I had it converted to half, and I still had the pieces, the side pieces and the chin piece, and it's got a flip down visor. it's got more ventilation than my bell, which came with the bike, which I've never worn. It's still got the sticker on the face shield, and then I've got a 3/4 helmet. It's kind of a oddball one. I bought it because a girl that I was seeing in the States before I moved here, she liked it. We were at the Harley shop one day. She liked it, and I had been letting her use my orange and black helmet, and I was always afraid that that was going to get chipped up. I mean, it's just immaculate, no scratches or anything on it. So I bought it. And then when I moved here, I mean, I wasn't seeing her anymore. Yeah, she was the one that I'd mentioned a couple of years ago in one of my early videos. We did everything together, and she was 42 years old. I was at the time 65, and we had a lot of fun together. We spent a lot of time together, usually 2 to 3 days a week, minimum of one. We saw each other a lot. We talked to each other on the phone. We did video chats. We'd cook together. I'd visit her and her family, her parents, play with her dogs and things. Great experiences. And then one day we cooked dinner. We were sitting around. We'd been singing to the music and things. And I told her, I says, hey, I says, we have a pretty good time. She says, oh yeah, I have a great time with you. I says, we get along great. She says, oh yeah. I says, so what we're doing, is that dating? She says, oh no, I'd never date you. You're too old. Knife in the heart. Okay, so I still have the helmet. Okay. This trip, once we got down, we were in La Union. I was in La Union. I don't know why I keep saying we. Me and the bike. We. I've been doing that all through. Me and the bike. We were in La Union, and here I'll get a picture of that. Okay, so when we got to the bottom, I said we again, the bike and we got to the bottom. Beautiful ride, windy roads. You'll see it in that map. Got to the bottom to Agu, and all the way down National Highway 2. Just traffic. There were brief times when you get up to 60, 70 kilometers an hour, but all these little villages and these little towns going through, especially once I got close to Dagupan. That's how it's pronounced, Dagupan. Yeah, it was an hour and a half to get through there. It was a little thick, and I took the diversion road around, and that lightened up pretty good. But then I got to the next little town, road closed, detour, and I mean through these narrow alleys. And all I could think of was, I'm glad I'm on the bike and not in the car. So there's things to encounter when you're traveling. But when I got to Alaminos, then I could relax. But the hotel that I was at, well, I'll show you. So I'll be back. Island Tropic Hotel and Restaurant. This is in Alaminos, Pangasinan. Tomorrow, over this way, we're catching a boat. Maybe it's over here. I know it's across the road. Yeah, it's over this way. Somewhere over in here. We're catching a boat to go to 100 Islands. It's a pretty interesting place in Lingayen Gulf. And, I'm exhausted. This was the hardest 190 kilometers I've ever ridden. Alright, so parking is around back here. A lot of rooms. There's 3 floors. Fortunately, I'm down here on the first floor. But, it's not the classiest place. But if you're going to do an epic motorcycle trip, then you really want to do that. It's my room. Number 6. I'm not number 1 anymore. But if you're going to do an epic motorcycle trip, then yeah, there's the great parking lot back here. So far today, today was 190 kilometers from Baguio to here. It was okay, the 40 kilometers coming down the mountain, but yeah, there's the bike, still in good shape, still a beast. It is really a beast, and it handles those corners really good. So yeah, but once it got down to Dagupan, La Union, holy cow, that's where everything came to a screeching halt. So yeah, it was not fun between trikes, trucks, and, well, I'm going to be nice, idiots that don't know what they're doing. Yeah, it was about 4 hours just to get the last 135 kilometers. And the swimming pool's back here, but, you know, just like everything else, false advertising. They don't have any water in the pool. I thought, oh man, that'd be so good to get here after a long, hard ride like this. Then take a dip in the pool. And I don't think I'll be dipping much in there. Now this one's got water in it, but I don't think I want to go in there. It doesn't look like anybody else has been in there. So there's water all around here. We're kind of like on a little jetty out here. Coconut trees. I'm used to seeing pine trees from Baguio. Somebody's got fighting roosters over here. In case you can't hear. See their little pens? That's how to tell. Must have probably 30 or 40 of them over there. Had I known that, I probably would have found someplace a little quieter. Actually, I can't hear them in my room, but because I got this building here that's under construction that can block the sound. But yeah, from got down into La Union and all the way to Pangasinan. It was some hard riding with, like I say, trikes, trucks, and people that just don't know what they're doing. Just a lot of traffic. Took over 5 hours to get here. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go take a nice hot steamy shower. Fortunately, the room has aircon and hot shower. It's got a water heater. So, all right. Tomorrow we'll see how breakfast is and the tour out to 100 Island. Yeah, this is welcome 100 Island Tropic Hotel and Restaurant. Your one stop to 100 what? I'm supposed to say 100 Islands. Anyway, that's part of the reason I chose this, is because they do offer tours from here. It's just a walk. So, yeah. Your one stop, or your one step to a 100. Okay, whatever. English is such a difficult thing. Right. So, got to the Island Tropic Hotel. According to Agoda and Trip.com, because I reference both of them, I book one or the other. And I think I booked through Agoda on this one. It mentioned that it's the staging ground for the 100 Island tour. That was the whole intention of going there, is to go to 100 Islands When I checked in the afternoon, they says, yes, sir. Right after breakfast, we'll be going on that tour. Next morning at breakfast, I go down there. Okay, let's take the tour. It was like 2,700 pesos. You know, when you're doing touristy things, expect touristy prices. But she says, oh, sir, the tour leaves here at 10 a.m. and it's an hour ride to the boat. Okay, so that puts it to 11 o'clock. Cool. I says, and how long is the tour? He says, oh, it's at least 6 hours, sir. Now, the evening before, I assumed this was going to be a short tour, you know. That's what I get for not planning enough. But I had a 6 hour, 5.5 hour ride to Subic. The intention was to ride along the west coast all the way down from Alaminos to Subic, but I'll get into that in a future video. I did ride along the coast from Agu to Dagupan. Saw a lot of coast. It was pretty cool. See out in Lingayen Gulf. The national highway goes right along there. You'll see in the maps. But I'll flash them all up again. But no, I didn't take the 100 Island tour. Sorry. Poor planning on my part. I will plan better next time. I would like to go there again in a couple of months, but this time I'll take the car, mainly because then I can take what I'm planning on purchasing this month, but I'll get into that in a future video. But during the 100 Island tour, the boat stops at several islands and you've got a break at each one. And they encourage people to go snorkeling or just free diving or whatever, swim. It's kind of a plan. So I will be returning to that one in March. But yeah, that's my leg 2 of my trip. So thanks for hanging out there and staying with me. Catch you all in the next one.